Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a technology that is seriously blurring the lines between what's real and what's not. Deepfakes. Now, this briefing is drawn from a fantastic report by Virtualization Options LLC, a technology advisory firm that helps executives get up to speed on this stuff. Just think about that for a minute. Picture the chaos. The stock market plunges, your employees are in a total panic, the press is having a field day. And it's all because of a video that looks, sounds, and feels completely legitimate, but is 100% fabricated. This isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. It's a real-world scenario that every leader needs to get their head around, and fast. Okay, so to really understand the threat here, we've got to first nail down what a deepfake actually is. Let's cut through the hype and get to a solid definition.
The most important part of that sentence: artificial neural networks. Right. This is not your kid messing around with a face swap filter on their phone. No, we are talking about seriously sophisticated AI that can study a person's face, their voice, their unique mannerisms, and then generate brand new, totally fake content that is terrifyingly realistic.
And you know, the speed at which this tech has developed is just breathtaking. I mean, it goes from being a concept in a research paper in 2014 to exploding into public view just 3 years later. By 2018, the tools to make them were already getting easier to find. And by 2020, we were smack in the middle of a full-blown tech arms race between the people making the fakes and the people trying to detect them. So how are these things actually made? It can look like some kind of dark digital magic, right? But it's a process. Let's pull back the curtain and look at the basic recipe, starting with the key ingredients you'd need. Yeah, making a fake that actually fools people is not a simple task. It takes a ton of data. We're talking hundreds, maybe thousands of high-res photos, video from all different angles, and lots of clean voice recordings. Basically, the more data the AI has to learn from, the scarier the final product. And that need for data, that's a key weakness. For any business leader listening, controlling access to your own public media is your first line of defense.
So all that data gets fed into this machine, this process. The AI starts by analyzing everything it's been given, extracting all the key facial features. Then comes the training part, where it builds a model of that person until it can create a brand new synthetic face from scratch. The last step, and this is the really tricky part, is blending that fake face into a different video and tweaking it until it looks completely seamless.
So how does the AI get so good at this? Well, the underlying technology, called a generative adversarial network, or GAN, is actually pretty brilliant. It's basically a duel between two AIs. You have one, the generator, that's working 24/7 to create the perfect fake. And you have its opponent, the discriminator, whose only job is to call it out and spot the forgery. This constant battle forces the generator to get smarter and smarter, creating fakes that are almost impossible to catch. So when you have a creation process this powerful, it inevitably leads to a classic double-edged sword. There's potential for some amazing things, but also for some really, really bad things. I mean, on the one hand, you've got incredible applications for entertainment, for marketing. Just imagine a personalized ad where your favorite celebrity is talking directly to you, using your name. But on the other hand, you've got the huge risks of political propaganda, financial fraud where someone impersonates your CEO, and just this general corrosion of trust in everything we see and hear. And to really make sense of all these threats, that report from Virtualization Options breaks them down into 5 key categories of risk for a business. You've got 1, financial fraud through impersonation. 2, stock market manipulation with fake news. 3, defamation and attacks on reputation. 4, political destabilization. And 5, maybe the biggest one of all, the general erosion of public trust, which, let's be honest, makes everything else harder. With risks that big, the next logical question is pretty obvious. How do we fight back? How can we actually spot one of these forgeries? Let's take a look at how detection works. Right now, there are 4 main ways to do it. Experts can analyze a video for tiny visual glitches or listen to the audio for anything that sounds unnatural. They can dig into a file's metadata to look for digital fingerprints of manipulation. And increasingly, they're fighting fire with fire, using other AI tools that are specifically trained to spot the subtle giveaways that a deepfake leaves behind. And that's the key thing to remember. For now, at least, even the best fakes usually have flaws. You just have to know what to look for. Things like weird eye blinking patterns or shadows that don't quite match the lighting in the room. You might see some blurriness around the edge of the face, or notice the lip syncing is just a little bit off. At the end of the day, today's AI still really struggles to perfectly mimic all those tiny, subtle micro-expressions that make a human face look real. All right, finally, let's look to the future. Because the technology we have today is not where this story is going to end. The path this technology is on has huge implications for all of us. The report from Virtualization Options projects a seriously rapid acceleration. I mean, right now, this tech is just getting easier to use. By 2025, they think it could be commonplace in media. And by 2030, we could be looking at the emergence of perfect deepfakes, synthetic videos that are totally indistinguishable from the real thing, even to the most advanced AI detectors. And that, right there, leads us to the final massive question. In a world where our own eyes and ears can be flawlessly tricked by an algorithm, how will we know what's real anymore? How will we navigate the truth? That's the challenge that this technology puts squarely in front of every single one of us.